Hi, everybody. This is Todd Creager, and today I want to talk to you about EMDR and couples therapy. Let me start with couples therapy. Many of you know I do a lot of it. I've been training couples, helping couples heal for about 4 decades. And I've trained many other therapists in doing couples therapy, and I've trained physicians in some aspects of couples therapy, sexual issues, all that. So it's a passion of mine to help couples thrive, heal, and thrive. Another passion of mine is EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, and EMDR is short for that, is a trauma treatment that helps people process their traumas so that they can recover from PTSD. And I use that for all kinds of traumas. And I've talked in the past, more recently, about attachment wounds and attachment trauma. And that usually means that the way we grew up, if we didn't get enough of what we needed, enough of the good stuff, or too much of the bad stuff, that when we get into a relationship with another person, an adult person, we bring those traumatic wounds into our relationship, as does our partner. And so a lot of our communication problems, our escalations, our avoidances, they are due to, in large part, to things we're hardly aware of. We might think, like we might even say, well, you get defensive all the time. And the person says, well, yeah, because I feel like you're attacking me. Not realizing, though, that maybe there's a little boy part of this husband or little girl part of this wife that is getting triggered. And so there's younger parts. And so they oftentimes get in the way of healthy communication because there's these reactive parts that come from our past. It could be a relationship, the past in the current relationship too, but it oftentimes has to do with past intimate relationships, but also even in our families of origin, for sure. So when I'm working with people and they're not, okay, let me give you another phrase that I think is very important for what I'm about to talk about and how we are combining my two passions, couples therapy and EMDR, so that they can work together. Um, there's a phrase called window of tolerance. So if you think in this area, let's say between here and here, is when a couple doesn't avoid and can experience what they're feeling, but they can manage it. Above this line, they escalate. They're out of control. They're dysregulated. They don't handle their emotions in a way that's helpful. And most couples, when it comes to emotional conversations, they don't do a really good job of staying connected, tuning into each other, developing what we call an earned secure attachment when the couple is able to deal with emotions such as hurt, sadness, fear, and other kinds of pain, and as well as the positive emotions, and stay connected to each other. And so they fall outside the window of tolerance, either below where they don't feel anything, or they just avoid, or they escape, or above where they just act out and escalate. So couples therapists, part of our job is to help people in that window of tolerance. Now, some of the things I've done in the past with couples is when I feel like past trauma has really been a big part of the problem in the relationship, I will work with one person and help them try to heal that trauma. I have found that works pretty well. And then we get together. Sometimes I work with one person's trauma, then the others, and then we come together. Sometimes I never separate them. It's all different for every couple. But what some cutting edge work with EMDR and couples therapy is now doing that I'm learning and practicing, and it is working, is helping couples in terms of when they communicate, when they get triggered in the session, when you see that they're not able to stay in that window of tolerance and listen and be empathic. And that right then and there, we process whatever is that's going on using EMDR. Sometimes the person kind of spontaneously goes back to some past memory and we process it, just that. We don't go into all kinds of things. We process that, come back, go to the other partner. see what's going on with them, process that, see if there's anything in the past, process that, come back together. I'm just sharing with you that there are creative ways that some of us are learning how to use EMDR with couples where we actually can see the two of them together and do EMDR at the same time. So it is just, again, ways to help people uh, activate their adult self, their healthy adult self, and not let their traumatic parts hijack the rest of the system, which is what most couples end up doing one way or the other without them realizing it. And then they suddenly say, why are we fighting, or why are we so disconnected? So it's just a wonderful way to go. I wanted to share that with you, that there are these cutting edge ways, and I'm on it because I'm interested in these two passions of mine and how to fuse them and continue to get better at helping couples thrive through whatever crises they've had as a couple, but also even in their past. So just some information for you. I'm excited about it, and I want to let you know. And if some of this resonates with you, if you want some assistance with this, of course, here I am, and please contact me. This is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.